Hello and namaskar traders. 20th of June 2022, Monday evening, 7:18 p.m. and we had a day of consolidation from both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. The Nifty fared a little better. We are together looking at the daily 75-minute combination of the Nifty near month futures. Remember, Thursday we had a big breakdown. Friday kind of a halt day, and today also kind of a clear sign of stoppage, consolidation, exhaustion after Friday's big fall down, which is in the 75-minute time frame can be clearly visualized by this fall followed by this congestion. Particularly difficult for intraday traders. In fact, today I also got badly chopped out in one of my attempts, though I tried to act a little more smarter than I should have. But nevertheless, clearly 5 bars in the 75-minute time frame, opening bar of the day. Next to 75-minute time frames, try to take out the opening bars high, then it falls sharply and then it bounces back towards the end to close near the opening high of the day. So if you are an intraday trader, or if you track the Nifty or the Bank Nifty closely on an intraday basis, you would have clearly experienced the kind of volatility, especially what Bank Nifty throwed at us today. Trend still down on the daily time frames, trend still very much down on the 75-minute time frame. Some bit of improvement in terms of, I wouldn't say improvement, but clearly some bit of consolidation. Now, consolidations are first signs of selling exhaustion. One, can this lead to a correction, which is in this case a bounce back towards its previous consolidation, the lows of which is close to 15,700. This is your resistance, by the way. 15,200 is your support, by the way. So will this lead to a bounce back, or just like a breakdown of what we saw last time? Will this repeat itself? Now, my guess is as good as yours, but the trend is down. We should not forget that. Like I always say, in any kind of a strong trend up or down, the bare minimum strength in a downtrend that any chart can give us is move above previous day's high. At least make one bar which gives me a higher high and a higher low. So a bare minimum move above today's high, 15,384 in the near month futures, 15,390, 15,400 pakad lijiye. 15,400 is the bare minimum move that the index needs to give us, not only on an intraday basis, but yes, if it gives us on a closing basis, that will be really appreciated on the long side. Or else, we know the trend, we know the underlying sentiment of the market, nothing new from that perspective. So any kind of an opening of 15,200, and I've discussed in our weekly videos, the range of sub 15k should be the medium term support for the index. So wait and watch. I would not try to trade the breakout. I would wait for the breakout and maybe next the pullback. Similar kind of a behavior we noticed in Bank Nifty. There you go. This is the consolidation that we noticed in Bank Nifty. This is a little bit of marginal sign that we have a higher high, higher low on the Bank Nifty if you closely consider today's trade. Not bad. I call this kind of a bar decoy bar, and yes, if it takes out today's high tomorrow, 32,977, so you can clearly use 33k. If it takes out 33k on the upside, you have a short-term movement around at least 250 to 500 points on the Bank Nifty. We can see if today's high is taken out on the upside. Till then, I think let's observe the price and wait for that move to come. One stock. Now, before I go to that one stock, the market was fairly divided today. If you notice that stock like Hindustan Lever was a big gainer, then on the other hand, stock like Tata Steel was a big loser. Reliance, considering its reputation, 2% down is quite a big move from the stock, and Tata Motors also fell close to 2%. But then you have HDFC also, which gained close to 2%, and HDFC Bank, the twins, finally giving us some move. But that one stock that I was going to talk about is none of these. I want to focus more on one stock which participated on the upside throughout today's day's trade, and that's Infosys. Now, we all know, I think I've spoken about that at length, Nifty IT index down more than 30% from an investment point of view, looks good, etc., etc. Now, what Infosys has done is given us a short-term bounce back, and clearly the bounce back looks promising. Beautiful sequence of higher highs, higher lows on even on a 75-minute time frame. And on the daily time frame, it makes a higher low, and closes above yesterday's high. So this is a good sign. Few more good signs is the existence of a short-term positive divergence, and I feel that considering my 75-minute time frame is on the verge of reversal. You can see my moving average colors turning green. Any kind of a short-term, maybe a consolidation close to 1400. The follow-through movement can give us 1450 or a little higher. It has the potential. So if you zoom out the 75-minute time frame, and if you consider this entire sell-off, then you will notice that the bounce backs that the stock had given us are these. Now, you don't need me to figure out the percentage bounce back. Very clearly, this particular bounce back is the largest in terms of percentage gains. There is no second thought about it. So there is a clear shift in terms of the nature of the bounce back, the length of the bounce back, the quality of the bounce back is both convincing. And so a trend reversal requires these kind of bounce back. What we would like to see is an opportunity to get into a trade, and I feel that any kind of a slowdown, even close to 1410, and if it hesitates to go further down, can be an opportunity towards 1450 bare minimum. 1450 to 1475, mind you, the stock needs to deal with this gap down. The gap down aligns itself very well with its previous support swing lows. And so this 1450, 51 to 1477, 78, this is highly probabilistic immediate resistance for the stock. And I think Infosys will try and come here in the short term. However, not to forget the fact that the underlying trend is severely down. It has been severely down for the stock. And so it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to fly away. Last time it gave us a bounce back, it did fly away in just 2 trading days, a little bit of breakout failure, and this. And it did have a positive divergence at that point of time also. So on a daily time frame, if we take a closer look, the last time it had a divergence and it offered us a bounce back, I will consider till this point. On a high to low basis, it gave us 9%. Made a low, next day bounce back, next day gap up. Okay, let's consider this till this high. It's around 8.5% to 9%. This was a 9% move on a high to low basis in 3 days. I'm ignoring this breakout failure. As of now, if you consider from the recent low to today's high, it's already 4%. So this is not a smart thing to do, it's a very naive thing to do, but still, if it mirrors the 8.5%, 9% kind of a bounce back this time as well, then you should be looking at closing the gap. It's taking us close to 1490, 1500. Now, it's very naive to expect that Infosys will give us a gap up and a strong big move of 4.5% move like this. But nevertheless, whether it's going to be sharp in 3 days or whether it will be staggered with a time period of 6 to 7 bars, who knows. But the move is promising, and a retest of 1450 it seems like on the cards, but it needs to slow down first. 75-minute time frame is clearly stretched, so some kind of a slowdown and then the move. So pullback traders, I think there lies an opportunity for you in that particular stock, which was an outperformer in today's trade. The index, however, did not do much except offer us some intraday choppiness and volatility. So 33k for the bank Nifty and 15,400 for the Nifty. Let's see what's in store for us tomorrow. I hope you traded better than me today. Till then, take care of yourselves, trade well and trade wise.